SSTV. As always, I'm Masako Sanchez, and here is Stuart. How are you today?
Yeah, good. It's been a long. Well, we're probably going to be in a long weekend this weekend, so looking forward to the rest of it.
Excellent. Now today, Leicester couldn't confirm their status as Premiership champions as everyone expected, and we thought we'd kind of go off-road a little bit and talk about what's going on the other side of Europe, mainly in Italy, Germany, and in France. Interesting seasons in all these countries, to be honest with you. But the reason why we're talking about it now and not come the end of the season is that the champions have been decided for all these leagues. As always, Bayern Munich, champions of Germany, the outstanding team of the league. Lewandowski, probably the most outstanding striker in Europe at the moment, and leading them to a title, well-deserved title under Guardiola again. I mean, have you been impressed with Munich this season, or
yeah? Well, they've been efficient as usual. They still have the stalwarts of Robin and Ribery still in the team, and still chipping in with the goals. But they've also added over the summer. Well, last summer they brought in Vidal, and they had Thiago Alcantara, and they mixed the experience with the youthfulness of some of these players. And also they've got Kingsley Coman from Juventus, who's looked very impressive.
He's there on loan 2 years, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know, it's a bit of 2 years, a bit of a surprise, but yeah, it looks like it's a good deal. Well, probably better for Bayern Munich than Juventus. But yeah, it's been a great season for Bayern Munich, and they've pretty much won it. They've been ahead all along. But credit to also Dortmund to be still keeping up with Munich. But compared to last season where they all fell apart for Klopp and his team, they sort of picked up things again under Thomas Tuchel. And they did well to get to the semi-finals of the Europa League, but just fell short last moments against Juventus. But yeah, I mean, there's still the competition between those two in Germany. But yeah, you can't really say that the rest of the other teams are keeping up with the top two.
There was a danger at the start of the season that it was going to be like as if Bayern Munich are going to run away with it.
One-horse race.
And then we got to February, March, and it seemed there might be a slight challenge, but then Bayern Munich being Bayern Munich carried on and completely smashed the league. And they haven't been too bad in the Champions League, have they?
Bayern Munich, no, they haven't. They're still in it with a shout against Atletico Madrid. They are lucky not to get anything from El Calderón. But yeah, all to play for at the Allianz Arena next week. Should be interesting to see.
Yeah, and that's at the Allianz Arena. And one quick mention actually, in particular, I think you mentioned Thiago
Alcantara, yeah.
He's done a very good job of keeping out Goetz, really. Goetz, sorry. Goetz from that German team. Yeah. Many expected him to be a stalwart, an actual starter for that team. Maybe build a team around him because he's so young. But generally, that team is so dynamic, the Bayern Munich squad, that Guardiola doesn't have to rely on anyone like that. And Thiago Alcantara has stepped up to the mark big time. And also a mention for Douglas Costa. I think Douglas Costa is a fantastic player. I remember watching him when he was in Brazil when he was 18 years old. I think it was with Grêmio at the time. Yeah. Switched over to Shakhtar, done his thing there for a few years, and I think that has really helped him become such a success at Bayern Munich this season. The fact that he has that experience in Europe, albeit in the Russian and the Ukrainian league, I think that has helped him a lot, and it's been a major factor in Munich not needing Ribery in the team all the time. And to an extent, Robin's only played maybe 10-15 games this season. Yeah.
They're getting on now.
Yeah, and Kingsley Coman and Douglas Costa in particular, fantastic replacements for them. And as they're young, it will be good to see them, continue with that Bayern Munich team. Yeah. Hello, Brianna. How are you today? Thank you for tuning in. Who do you support? What have you been watching this week? Give us your input on the football this week. You're a Leicester City fan? Let us know. So as I was saying, Bayern Munich have a great squads. We're leading into towards the second leg of the semi-final of the Champions League. There's no reason why they can't win that Champions League. Next season they'll be even stronger.
But what I'd be surprised with is the criticism directed at Guardiola from some sectors of the media. They've said that Guardiola has sort of taken away that sort of essence in German football that Bayern Munich have had in the past under their previous coaches, and they sort of said that how the Bayern Munich team of these days isn't exactly the one that were playing, pressing football, kick and run. They sort of adapted and played differently under Guardiola. Well, they've not been unsuccessful, have they? They're winning the Bundesliga, and they're still getting far in these European competitions. Yeah. But yeah, I was surprised regarding some of the sectors of the media that have been criticising Guardiola's style of football with Munich. And whatever he's done, whatever he's been doing, he's worked, and well, who knows what will happen next season once Guardiola leaves, and how the new coach will be, rubber stamping his way of football with Bayern Munich. But yes, that's my take on it. I mean, I think Bayern Munich will still be, even without Guardiola, they'll still be favourites to win the league next season.
It doesn't really matter who takes over that team, as long as they have a sense of football.
Yeah,
they can take that team anywhere, really. Has Ancelotti been confirmed in as manager? Do we know?
I'm not too sure, actually.
There's been a lot of rumours about that. I'm not sure if it's been confirmed.
Yeah.
He seems like the shoe-in, like the manager to come in and really take over from Guardiola. But as we say, regardless of who comes in, Bayern Munich will still be, top 2 of the league next season.
Yeah, it's sort of a bit like open secrets now. I mean, nowadays everyone expects Mourinho to take over United. Everyone expected Conte to take over at Chelsea. He did, and everyone sort of expects Ancelotti to take over Bayern Munich. So it's all been. I can't really recall a season where there's been so much, openness in terms of confirming a manager for next season.
Yeah.
Like this one, where Guardiola's, everyone knows he's leaving after January. Whether it's been correct to do that or not, with Pellegrini sort of being undermined at Man City. But yeah, I don't really recall a season where that's actually happened, and you've had so many top class coaches, sort of knowing that they're on the way out, and others knowing that they're on the way back in. Yeah. It
has been a strange trend to this season.
Yeah.
Pellegrini has been touted as possible.
Bayern
Munich. Yeah. Who knows? 50-50. I doubt it. I'd love to see Ancelotti there to see what he does. But yeah, Bayern Munich romping that league. Without any problems. If I have a quick look at the league table, look, they're ahead by 5 points. Yeah, they're about 5 points, and fantastic team. What can I say?
Can't really say much, can you? With their stats,
they're pretty much. I mean,
do you think they will get to the final, beating Madrid at the Allianz Arena? Do you think they can do it?
I think they can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do it. Atletico Madrid, very very hard to team. The Leicester of Spain. Atletico Madrid, but yeah, no, I think with the tactics that they implement and the players that they got there's no reason why they can't get through.
Well, what do you predict in terms of Simeone? Should he go out there to defend a 1-0 lead, or would he go out there to get the goal that they want to get for the away goal?
Personally speaking, I think he needs another goal.
Yeah,
he needs to go out for a goal at least. Once he's got that goal, then does what he does best:
sit back counter.
And watch the money come in. No, and watch what happens basically. I mean, Atletico Madrid have got such a strong midfield and defence as well that Bayern Munich are going to find it very hard. But there's no reason why they can't win. So
yeah,
with Lewandowski up front,
I think anything can happen.
Anything can happen. So there you go. That's the Bundesliga. We wanted to talk as well about Ligue 1, the French the French first division. Champions as we've known for
we've
3 months now.
We've all pretty much known it's going to be PSG even before the ball was kicked in the season. And yeah, they've run away with it. They were 30 points ahead around February, and it's just a matter of time before it's confirmed. And they're still 30 points ahead. Ibrahimovic now has 50 goals for the season.
Yeah.
It pretty much says how competitive the French league is. You can say it's a bit similar to the Spanish league. The only difference is that there's no other two or three top teams. It's just PSG, and the other teams are way below them in class. But yeah, PSG seem to be, they've given more effort to win the league. I think they've got players like Di Maria, Matuidi, Maxwell. They got strength and depth all throughout. The only sour note for Leslie would be probably Aurier's suspension after his criticism of Laurent Leblanc.
Yeah, that was a bit silly.
Yeah, it was silly. He was a first team. He was a starter on a team sheet, and now he's sort of gone off. He's not really in favour with the hierarchy now at PSG.
Is he signed? Isn't he on loan?
Was it from Lille? Was it?
Yeah, another team.
Doesn't matter. Well, right now he's suspended, and he's not going to be kicking the ball from now to the end of the season with just 2-3 games left.
And they really were the outstanding team of the season. I mean, if you look at the league table, they're ahead by how much here? We're looking at
30 points, I think. 30.
30 points. It's not 30 points. It's 27.
Oh, it's 27.
27 at the moment. So nearly 30. But I mean, they're ahead by 27 points. The goal difference is plus 75. They've got the best defence, the best goal scorers,
assists.
If we look at the top scorer of the league, it's Ibrahimovic with 34 goals. Second place, way behind, is Lacazette, who was smashing the league in the last couple of seasons. He couldn't get past. He hasn't got past the 20 goal mark. They really have. I mean, they really have come out as the outstanding team, and probably will do for the next couple of years with Monaco not really competing with them as they were a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
it does seem like this league is in danger of becoming no offence, the Scottish league. So I mean, what do you think? It's a bad thing for French football, or European football?
It's a trend that's sort of taking place in Europe in terms of these top teams getting acquired.
Correct, but you are looking at teams like Juventus aren't ahead by that much. See Bayern Munich won the league by less than 10 points anyway.
Yeah.
Leicester City are challenging. So
I wouldn't say it's a bad thing for Europe. I mean, in terms of French football, yeah, they might have a problem, but it's not really reflected in the national team. They've got strength and depth. They've got probably 2 or 3 top class teams that can fit into that French setup, and it's not really affected them so far. And they're looking as pretty much one of the favourites to win the Euros. But in terms of the league, yeah, it's not a good thing when you have just PSG running away with it. No. In terms of the French viewer, they would want to see a league that's being competitive. This league isn't competitive at all. The only thing you might want to look at is the race for the Champions League spots, which has been a bit interesting, with Monaco and Lyon, at times slipping up against their opponents and giving Nice and Saint-Etienne some room for hope. But other than that, the league is pretty much wrapped up with PSG winning that comfortably.
And it has been a bit of an unfortunate season for Marseille as well. I mean, they're currently 41 points, 5th from bottom. They shouldn't. Well, they're not in danger of getting relegated.
They've got what's his name? Batshuayi, the striker. He was linked with Everton at one point. Then he went to Marseille.
Yeah.
He was at Anderlecht, I think.
Yeah.
He went to Marseille. They've also got Remy Cabella from Newcastle on loan.
Yeah.
So you'd have thought they would have a bit more luck in terms of going up that league table, but it hasn't really worked out this season.
Not at all. Look, completely the opposite. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, Marseille do need 1 point at least to kind of guaranteed safety. But I mean,
safety.
It's crazy. It's crazy considering how much money Marseille have put into the club the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And although it doesn't seem like it in the winter anyway, when they got Stephen Fletcher on loan or on a freebie, I think it was. But it's unfortunate. They have a good team, and it's just not worked out for them this season at all. And it's definitely a different team to when Bielsa was there. And it's not nice to see. And hopefully they can actually pull themselves out from the bottom next season.
The Velodrome, they really are a good team to watch at the Velodrome when they're European nights. But unfortunately for Marseille fans, they won't be seeing those nights anytime soon. But good credit to Nice, who've really done well this season. They've always been sort of mid-table sort of French team, sort of not quite challenging for European spots and not quite in danger of relegation. But this season with the purchase of they got Ben Arfa back into the fold. I think they got him on a free from Newcastle.
Yeah. And
he's also been a credit to himself for this season, and also chipping in with goals and 5 assists here and there, and he's been a top scorer.
Well, when you look at this table, Ben Arfa scored 17 goals.
Yeah, for a midfielder.
Nice.
Yeah, nice for Nice.
Nice for Nice, but I mean, it's crazy how he couldn't do that in England. I mean, you could see he had the quality, he had the technique. I think the attitude just completely overrid everything else, and it's good to see that now he's finally picking up his career. I think he's 28 now?
29, I think.
28, 29, so it's good to see that he's finally...
Also, he's out of contract at the end of the season, so unfortunately for Nice, they might qualify for the Europa League, but they won't. They'll have to do it without Ben Arfa in the team next season. So, and then also he's going to be able to leave him out for free, so they won't get any money for him. So who knows how they'll manage the squad and additions in the summer without that extra source of funds from the sale of Ben Arfa.
Yeah. And
there's been talks of him going to AC Milan potentially.
I heard Chelsea.
Chelsea?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I doubt it, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, you never know with football, but yeah, I mean, I've heard, from what I've seen in the headlines...
Conte's not afraid to buy older players, so I can see that happening if he really wants them, yeah. But yeah, Ben Arfa's had a fantastic season. It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Another couple of people to mention from League One, just outstanding players in my opinion anyway. Ousmane Dembele, 18, 19-year-old striker from Rennes, that's it. Get confused.
Rennes or
from Rennes, not Rennes.
Oh, Rennes.
Rennes. Fantastic player. I mean, he was being watched by scouts against PSG last week. Fortunately, it didn't really go to plan. His team got beaten 4-0, and he really had a poor game. But he's been outstanding all season. He can play in either left or right wing. He can play as a striker down the middle. Got pace. He'll get power the older he gets. and I think he's a real star of the league, and hopefully he'll stay there for a couple of seasons. I mean, have you seen much of him?
No, I haven't actually. No. But now that you mention it, I might have to keep tabs on him and see a few of the games on BT Sport.
Manchester United probably are interested as well, but saying that a lot of clubs were actually looking at him. If I'm not mistaken, it seems like Borussia Dortmund actually have the upper hand on signing him. So that will be interesting to see what happens to him in the summer. Another possible player leaving League One next season, or leaving his team at least, is striker Ben Yedder. Now he's been a consistent goal scorer for Toulouse. He's been their main man last couple of seasons. There's been a lot of talk about him leaving last summer, the summer before that even, and how Spurs were interested at one point. I think Newcastle were looking at him as well. Newcastle loving League One at the moment.
Yeah, they love that French contingent, don't they?
But but he's a great player. He's a really good player. I can see him doing a lot. And with Toulouse, well, looking like they're going to go down now. In fact,
well, there's 2 games left, and they're, I think, 4 points from safety. 3 or 4 points.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like they could be going down. Regardless of that, I think he'll leave anyway. He's been there long enough. He's scored a few goals for them, made his name, and I can see him doing something very, very good as well. And also the player you mentioned, the Marseille youngster, Batshuayi. Strong rumours linking him to either Spurs or West Ham next season. So
yeah, I can see a move to West Ham happening. They go for players that sort of gone under the radar for quite a while, and then push them when the time is right, like with Dimitri Payet when they've got him at his prime.
Yeah.
And he's smashed it in the Premier League.
Yeah. Batshuayi scored 15 goals this season, and for a teenager, that's not bad, is it?
No, not at all. That just shows the strength and depth that the Belgians have in their locker with great strikers like Lukaku and Batshuayi also. And
just on a side note as well, Lacazette is very likely to leave as well this season, summer. Where he goes, we do not know. Rumours again that Spurs are after him. But
I can see him maybe go to Atletico Madrid if Griezmann wants to leave to go to Chelsea.
Do you think he'll leave? I don't think he'll leave.
Griezmann?
He'll be silly to leave. Yeah, Griezmann.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, it'd be silly to leave. I think he should just stay there and just.
But for how long though? Because you've seen players like in the past, like Aguero,
this is only his second season, Griezmann.
Yeah.
So stay, make a name for yourself, innit? That's what football, in my opinion, you should do when you go to a club.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not a good club, who's going to win the league and possibly the Champions League.
Maybe the fact of Simeone staying there.
Why would you go from Atletico Madrid, who could win the La Liga and the Champions League, to Chelsea, who's going to finish 10th?
One thing, money.
China.
Nah, that'd be a shame if he definitely went to China, where no one would ever see him again.
True, that would be a shame.
Yeah.
As we go on, just go into our final league summary, if I can say that. It's, of course, the Italian league, Serie A. And as always, Juventus have come out as outright winners. There was a challenge from Napoli at one point. Roma even threatening to do something, but in the end, Juventus has always come out on top.
It didn't look like that at the start of the season, though, when Juventus had a slip up. There were really talks of them maybe not being up there with the top 3, but yeah, they pulled a great run together. I think they've won the last 76 out of the last 78 points, which is, well, that's something incredible, isn't it? Yeah, I know Serie A isn't as strong as it used to be, but still have a run of 76 out of 78 points.
Oh, in any league, doesn't matter. It's still fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run of form, and credit to them. And with Higuain was the top scorer for Napoli with 30 goals. Actually, top scorer in the whole league with 30 goals throughout the season. Yes, and well, Juventus have also the strength and depth with Simone Zaza to come off the bench to score goals when needed. They've got Quadrado, they bought it from loan from Chelsea. Dybala is a young and up-and-coming Argentinian. And the team, your classical Inter Milans haven't actually been up there challenging with them. They were at the start of the season though, Inter Milan, but it's sort of, their run of form hasn't been great in the second half of the season. And now, especially with AC Milan, also dropped off massively in form and sacked their coach Sinisa Mihajlovic 2 or 3 weeks ago and replaced him with former midfielder Christian Brocchi. And well, I think today they drew 3-3 with Frosinone, who's second last.
Yeah.
So it's not really going to plan right now with AC Milan. I don't know why they're going with former players as coaches. Don't know what's the affinity with the likes of Gattuso, Inzaghi.
I think it's about romanticism, like to romanticize the whole.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next player. He's gonna come in. He's gonna bring us back to what we used to. But really and truly,
but if it hasn't worked out,
it's not the management. It's the people above the management that need looking at, because Milan are such a great team. I remember seeing them in the 80s and the 90s, and it's such a letdown to see them struggling to even come top of the league. Like even Champions League is
even Europe,
a mile away for them.
They're 7th at the moment. Sassuolo went on top of them.
Exactly, and a team like Sassuolo, who really don't have anywhere near the fan base or the money that Milan should actually have as a big side in Italy, it is a pity seeing them struggle so badly. They've got Bacca there who scores goals.
They have big names like Balotelli. These are names like Mexes. They've got Alex.
Zapata's in the. I mean,
he never plays Zapata. He's always on the bench.
He played last week, but
he's not. Yeah, I know.
But it's a pity because it's not a star-studded team. They're good, solid Serie A players who've been there for a while. Well, the reason why they've been there is because they've been at Milan and there's no one else that wants them.
Yeah,
it must feel like that. So
rejects,
Milan do need a massive injection of money or a new owner or something, because ever since Berlusconi has kind of stopped his involvement with the club, it really has gone downhill, and it is a pity to see. Just going back to Juventus, actually, one thing I was quite impressed with was Cuadrado's kind of rejuvenating his career. He kind of had a bad period with Chelsea. He signed in January, I believe,
last
2015. Didn't really go well for him. We thought he might get a chance, when the new season started. Again, it didn't seem like Mourinho really had him in contention, and he ended up just going over to Juventus. And what a transformation for his career! He's done fantastic. I've always thought he's a fantastic player, but I would be being Colombian. But yeah, great crosser. He knows how to win free kicks, let's say, and that's been very useful for Juventus this season.
Yeah, it has. And also they have the ability to score from goals from free kicks easily. They've got height in the box. But it'd be interesting to see what Conte does with Cuadrado, whether or not he takes him back to Stamford Bridge, or whether he just thinks, you know what, no, Cuadrado didn't work out last year, so there's no reason to say why he will work out this time around. But
there's rumours that he's interested, right? Conte bringing him back.
There has been rumours, but they're just rumours. But Juventus I think Juventus are interested in signing him permanently at a massive fraction of the cost that it cost to go to Chelsea, which was £27 million. And also he's not a young chicken in footballing years. He's I think 28 now, so he's at his prime. So he'll still bring a lot of value to any team he goes to. But whether or not he goes to Chelsea, who we'll wait to see.
Yeah.
But they have great like Pogba. Who knows whether or not he'll continue with Juventus this season. There's teams obviously out there like Man City with Guardiola going to Man City, where you might think of maybe taking him to Etihad. Barcelona also might go for him, but they've had a great season, and credit to them.
One thing that really impresses me with Juventus, and you know how they talk the Barcelona way, the Arsenal way, the Juventus way, in my opinion, it seems to be that they can play any formation they want. They go 4-4-2, they go 4-3-3, they go 3-5-2. They can just interchange so seamlessly between all the formations. And that's one of the reasons I think Cuadrado has helped so much. Because he can play right wing, left wing, right midfield, and right back.
Yeah.
So that's worked out a lot for him, and I think that's what Mourinho didn't see in him at Chelsea. He just wanted him to be a right midfielder that defends all the time. And we all know what happens there. Look at Eden Hazard. So yeah, I mean, that was one thing that impressed me a lot with Juventus as well. I think you mentioned Paulo Dybala.
Dybala, yeah.
I think he's fantastic. I thought he was brilliant when he was at Palermo. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that guy's going to win the Ballon d'Or one day.
Dybala.
I think he's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
The only reason Sergio Aguero hasn't won Ballon d'Or is because he had a career when there's Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, and all these great players, Suarez, in front of him. But I think Dybala can actually win the Ballon d'Or. Give it another 5 years. With Pogba probably, the next year after that. Who knows? Pogba's a fantastic player, so versatile. He's taken up Del Piero's number 10 shirt, and he's represented it fantastically. And good on Juventus for winning the league again. Given that bad start, as you mentioned, they've done very, very well. Another quick mention: Napoli, Higuain, great season.
Yeah, great season, and he's just been consistent all throughout the season, chipping in with goals.
30 goals this season.
30 goals, yeah. Real Madrid, I don't think they were great to get rid of him the way they did. They had and also Morata as well has been at Juventus as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why they got rid of these players when they could have helped out with the last few seasons.
It's kind of like Kevin De Bruyne leaving Chelsea. They could have used him. They would have done fantastic with him this season. But you're right. It is crazy how they have these players in the squads and then just get rid of them. Morata would have easily scored 20 goals this season. They
have the supply line. They've got
and for me, Higuain would have been a perfect shoe in the centre of the three at Real Madrid. Be perfect.
Do you see him scoring more goals than Benzema? Do you see him not being as wasteful as Benzema? Because you see sometimes Benzema missing.
Benzema's there because there's no one else.
Yeah, exactly. There's no competition.
There's no one else.
Let's say he's not really out and out striker. He's more of a winger, in Ronaldo mould.
Yeah, I mean he works. It's brilliant that he fits into Real Madrid's tactics so well. But I don't think he'd do as well as he does at Madrid anywhere else. If that makes sense. And Higuain, when he was at Madrid, was always in the wings. They never put him in the middle. Put him in the middle. Look what he does. He's done it this season. 30 goals. You know, he's probably the best thing since Maradona for Napoli. So
yeah.
You know, that's what.
That's a big statement.
Yeah, but it's true though. It's true. I mean, managers have this thing where they want to buy all the best players, but they buy all the best players and they don't put them in the right positions.
They don't know where to put them.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Van Gaal is a perfect example of someone who hasn't got a clue where to play Wayne Rooney. He's a striker.
Or the pie. You didn't know where to play the pie.
Or the pie. Like you don't have to stick him out the left. You can put anywhere. Just have a little.
Or Martial would have been a great. I think Martial and Rashford together next season might be.
But together, as in 4-4-2?
Yeah, 4-4-2. I would like to see that 4-4-2. I think why not? Why not try that? Maybe pre-season have the time, and time to think about what best formation to play. Try 4-4-2 during these pre-season friendlies in the US or wherever they go to, Asia, Singapore, and see what happens and see how it works out for the team.
Yeah.
But I would like to also mention the race of the Champions League spots between Inter Milan and Roma has been interesting up to 2 weeks ago when Inter Milan had that key game against Genoa, and Roma were losing 2-1 against Torino. And famously, Totti came on with I think 10 minutes to go, I think 5 minutes to go, and saved the day for Roma. Had they lost that match and Inter Milan avoided defeat, it would have been 2 points behind Roma, and that would have made an interesting run up to the end of the season for the rest of the Champions League. But now that Roma came back from the dead and beat was it Genoa? They beat Torino. And they beat the 3-2. Since then, it's been over for Inter Milan. But I think Inter Milan next season, they've sort of built a bit more defensive stability with Jason Murillo and Miranda at the back. I don't see them maybe invest a bit more in the midfield. It's not exactly been ticking the way it should be.
Who?
The midfield.
Yeah.
They've got the strikers in. They've got Eder. They've got Icardi. He's a great player as well. He's gone under the radar from some of the big clubs. But he's someone that has been consistent season in and season out, scoring goals for Inter Milan, always being in double figures.
The problem with Icardi is that he's just so much crap outside the pitch that kind of brings his status down a little bit. He's got this whole problem with Maxi Lopez and his current wife, and it's just all a bit of a soap opera really. But yeah, he's a good player. He just needs to kind of focus on football.
But yeah, he has definitely got ability. And I think next season Inter Milan under Mancini could be up there challenging for the title. That's my prediction. I think.
Little rumour as well. I'm hearing Toure might even end up with him Inter Milan.
Yeah,
Toure has been linked with Mancini. Inter Milan, so it could be interesting to see whether or not. Let's if Mancini stays, because I'm wary as to whether or not Inter Milan are going to keep him, and then whether or not he gets Yaya Toure.
And they have the resources with Eric Thakur, the guy from the billionaire from Singapore.
Yeah, the rich guy.
Yeah, the rich guy. Yeah, they have the money to spend in the summer and maybe try and see where is the areas of weaknesses. But I think midfield is where they need to concentrate, and once they do that, then there should be, I think, there or thereabouts next season. So
essentially we're looking at here, we've got the Roma, Napoli, Inter Milan will have 3 games left. Incidentally, I think Lazio just kicked off. If I'm not mistaken, they kicked off against Inter Milan. Oh. So Inter really need to win today to have any chance of keeping up with the Roma and the Champions League positions. But yeah, congratulations Juventus as always. Worthy champions. And before we actually head off now, as we're coming up to the end of the show, and thank you for sticking with us if you have stuck with us for 29 minutes now. One quick special mention, the legend that is Francesco Totti is very likely, it seems, he won't get his extension on his contract. It is a pity. I think he can actually go maybe for another year, and we'll be odd to see him anywhere else. But yeah, special mention to Francesco Totti. Made his debut in 1992, has played untold games. Yeah, 1992, making 598 appearances, scoring 247 goals.
Yeah.
So Totti, we salute you, one of the last of the 90s greats, and yeah, fantastic player, and he will be missed, especially in Roma. I'm sure Lazio won't give a shit, but yeah, Roma will be very happy with that. But anyway, that brings us to the end of our show again. Thank you, Stuart, for joining me.
On the Serie A notes, arrivederci from me.
Look at this guy, he's a talented guy, he's in the best. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, next week we're going to bring you the finale of the Premier League, and have a look at the Dutch League and anything else.
Yep, Dutch League is going to be very interesting next week.
Check out the Dutch League today on the internet. You'll see why when we talk about it next week. All right.
All right.
Thank you. It's been emotional, and
ciao.
Yeah, ciao bella or
bellos, bellos,
ciao bellos.
bellissimos.
Adios.